In a lavish urban area, this man is driving a McLaren 720S car. He bragged about walking on the street. At the time of stopping on the side of the road, a Lamborghini LP700 was stopped on the side of the road. The car owner was curious and asked him if this car is running well. "Actually, I prefer the Audi Q4 rather than this." Looking at the car owner's expression, we know that he was humiliated by the man. But right after that, the man stopped the car at the hotel gate. Then he opened the car door. The blue shirt clearly showed his identity. Turns out, this man named Antonio. He is just a parking attendant. He rides his bike to work every day. If he sees a few people driving a good car waiting for a red light, Antonio immediately dares not look at them for a second. That day, a car appeared. Antonio opened the car door, but the next second, a man was in the co-driver's seat. The man told Antonio some shocking news. Famous actress Olivia wanted to date him. Antonio just set the price. "Me, even getting paid?" Antonio felt extremely funny. But the next day, while Antonio was being laughed at by his colleagues, a black car appeared. A beautiful blonde girl got out of the car. Turns out, it was actress Olivia. Olivia walked towards Antonio, then hugged his neck and colleagues standing nearby were instantly dumbfounded. Antonio didn't understand what's going on either. The waiter on the side who was pouring water was also dumbfounded. Things don't stop there yet. Olivia told the manager that she wants to ask for Antonio's leave so that he would be able to go out for dinners with her. Reporters immediately surrounded them. Both of them were stuck in traffic at the restaurant door. Everyone thought Antonio was some billionaire, because how can someone like Olivia like parking attendants? Unexpectedly, Olivia told them, "I don't like actors. It's good to love an honest person." The colleague next to him heard this news and was very happy. "Hey bro, you are the star of us." Antonio was scared by the light, surrounded by people who wanted to take pictures of them. Antonio has never been to a high-class restaurant. He was afraid that he couldn't pay for this meal, so he just ordered a hamburger. Olivia felt very happy. This hot search definitely belonged to her. But Olivia couldn't believe it when Antonio got up to wash his hands. He was asked by a restaurant customer to pour water. Antonio was an honest person and immediately went to help the customer. "Waiter, pour me more." Just a few moments later, her boyfriend turned into a waiter. Olivia was so angry that her eyes widened. After the dinner, Olivia didn't say much and immediately left. Colleagues told Antonio he was famous. But right after that, something more amazing happened. A girl wearing black suit stepped out of a Ferrari 488. Looking at her beautiful legs and standard gait, it is not difficult to guess that she is a famous model. Unexpectedly, she walked in front of Antonio. "If you break up with Olivia, call me." After saying that, she immediately turned to leave. It turns out that a few days ago, the famous actress Olivia announced to netizens that Antonio was her boyfriend. One is a famous actress, the other is just a poor parking attendant. This was very strange. How did they meet each other? Moreover, it was also announced to netizens. People rumored that Antonio has his own skills. That's why he was able to conquer Olivia, but it's all just a trick. Antonio is just a substitute for billionaire Vincent. That night, Vincent and Olivia had an argument about marriage. At this moment, Antonio was cycling on the road. When he was not paying attention, he crashed into the car ahead. The reporter in the distance took a picture of the three of them. The next morning, Vincent's wife, Catherine, showed her husband her photos so he could explain everything. Vincent immediately thought of a new plan. He immediately told his wife that she and that man were a couple. After coaxing Catherine, Vincent immediately called his manager. "This is a big deal. If being found out, Vincent will lose everything. He would lose the company. Her father would kick him off the board." The manager looked at the photo for a while, then immediately came up with a new plan. If Vincent made up that story, then go ahead and turn the lie into the truth. Olivia is a famous actress. She was uncomfortable just a second ago, even resentful, but only then she pulled Antonio and smiled in front of the journalists. After the news was revealed, Catherine immediately called Vincent, apologized to her husband, and told her not to suspect him. But after the phone was cut off, she called the reporter again and asked him to continue investigating. There's definitely a liar out of the two of them. That night, Catherine went to Antonio and said she would pay double or pay 4 times. This was to let Antonio admit this is acting, but professional Antonio immediately refused. He dragged the drunk Olivia to the kitchen, then silently left from the back door. Antonio is a kind man. Even though he brought home a beautiful girl, he still slept on the sofa one night. But outsiders don't know this, so the rumors spread far and wide. Catherine immediately had no doubts, but Vincent thought they had developed feelings, so he was extremely jealous. A luxury car stopped in front of a poor house. Vincent jumped out of the car and punched Antonio Antonio. Vincent didn't look like he's done anything, but he's actually running for congressman. That day, when Vincent was giving a speech, Catherine also beamed at the camera. Everyone thought he is a good man. Vincent intended to just become a member of the parliament and immediately started the project. All was to create a flashy urban area. However, in fact, Vincent is just a parasite for his wife's family, so he used all kinds of tricks to make his wife happy. But in another aspect, he secretly dated Olivia. He also promised to give Olivia a bright future, which is divorce from Catherine. Because he wanted to hide his wife, he invited Antonio to act as Olivia's boyfriend and appear in public. Just when Vincent thought it was over, he also understands the moral. It doesn't lack a woman like Olivia, but a rich wife like Catherine is difficult to meet. So he started to treat Olivia coldly. As a famous actress, Olivia has no freedom. With her thoughts about love, she could only share with Antonio. Antonio is a real man. Even though he's almost reached the limit of a man, he only sees Olivia as a little sister. One beautiful day, Olivia couldn't help calling Vincent, but now, the person answering the phone is Catherine. The scene changed to the garage. A car lighted up then carried a mysterious person out of the garage. Next is the image of the mysterious person coming to the hotel. Behind the door was Vincent, who has been waiting for a long time, but the person who entered the room was, "Hi Vincent, it's me." Antonio gave Vincent a phone. Catherine's voice came in. "Hi honey, I'm downstairs. I took the company. Hope you won't be angry when I report your illegal account transfer." When he heard that he had been exposed, Vincent was still smiling on purpose. He said to his beloved wife, then scolded Olivia as a stalker. Olivia is nothing to him. Hearing this, the two women in the car immediately burst into laughter. "Who else are you trying to fool? How can you say that when you open your mouth? Is it you, baby? We can finally be together. No one can stop us anymore." What an unexpected ending. The two women work together. They don't feel the need to make them suffer because of an asshole. If you've watched this far, you're sure to think that Antonio and Olivia will be a couple. They will spend a happy life together, but the drama doesn't follow the usual love story. Olivia has returned to the single state. She and Antonio become good friends. After trying to be brave, Antonio also confessed to the owner of the bicycle shop.